Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a basket of goodies to go through with you guys and give you reviews. These are just the products that I've been currently using and so I can kind of give you an opinion on, but most of them aren't close to being empty, so it's not like they're going to be in my empties for quite some time, but I still wanted to get you some reviews. Remember, these are just my opinions, and you should always try products for yourself to, form your own opinion. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's skin chemistry is different. So make sure you're always trying things yourself and just take my opinion with a grain of salt. But I enjoy doing these, and I know you guys enjoy reviews too. So let's jump into it. First things first. This is the Jergens Ultra Healing Lotion, and this is the big honking size because for some reason lately I have so many lotions in my collection. I have fragranced ones, I have unfragranced ones, but lately this has been the one that I have been grabbing the most. I have dry skin and it's cold, it is dry here, snowy, all that stuff, and this works so well. I also really like the scent on this. It's not a strong scent, and you can't really say that it's like a floral or a fruity or anything. It's just like a light, clean scent, which I really, really appreciate. So it doesn't clash with perfumes that I wear or anything like that. And it's also one of those lotions though, like especially at night, if I want to put it on like after my bath or something and not put a fragrance on, then there is a light fragrance, so I still feel like I smell pretty and clean without actually having to apply a fragrance. So I absolutely love this. I have a big one on my bathroom sink. I have a big one by my kitchen sink to use on my hands after washing the dishes and everything. And I absolutely love this stuff. It's like an oldie, like a classic, just all around good lotion. Next up, you guys have probably heard me talk about before because it has been a holy grail product for me for so long, and it is the Aveeno Skin Relief Moisture Repair Cream. This is the Intense Moisture one, and this is what I use on my face. This is my face moisturizer. I love this stuff. It is perfect for my dry skin. I also tend to get a little bit of redness on my cheeks, and this takes that away. I know in my last video when I was kind of talking about this, someone mentioned that it might be the oatmeal, and I do believe that that is, the big thing with the Aveeno is that colloidal oatmeal does help with redness, so I'm sure that probably does have something to do with it. And I can vouch that I've used other lotions on my face like the CeraVe, the Cetaphil, just different like fragrance free, the ones that you see all over the place like on TikTok and people push all the time. I've used those, I've tried those on my skin, and they just do not have the same effect that this does. This is such a good cream. It's heavy enough for my dry skin, but it doesn't feel greasy or heavy on my skin. Absolutely love this stuff, and I will continue to use this for like as long as they're making it, quite honestly. Next up is a facial cleanser, and this is the Clean and Clear Night Relaxing Deep Cleansing Face Wash. So this is what I would use generally at night if I have worn makeup during the day. So this is pretty much what I use as like my makeup remover. And like I said before, I do have dry skin. This does not dry my skin out. It removes all of my makeup, like as far as mascara, lipstick, anything else that I would happen to have on my face. I can generally get away with using half of a pump of this. You don't need a ton of this. It foams up really, really nicely. And I think the other thing with this, because I'm not super, super picky about my cleansers, but I think one of the big things with this is I absolutely love the fragrance of this. It's a very unique smell. It's, again, like you can't really put your finger on it and say like it's a floral or a fruity or anything like that. It just has a very like clean, relaxing scent. And I just love it. So this is a good one. Next up, actually, I'll show you this one. This is a complete fail for me. This is it's the blades that are the fail, not so much the handle. This is the Gillette Venus Comfort Glide razors, the blades, and I'm actually going to open it and show you guys what it looks like. This is the one, let me hook it on here. If I can get it. There we go. This is the one that has the strip, like the glide strips on the top and the bottom. And I got that because honestly, I figured, you know, it's going to kind of provide more slippage and hopefully make it glide. You know, I mean, it's called Comfort Glide. But the problem is, I don't know if you can see from the side. Do you see how far these stick out? So the first few shaves with this, you can't get close, you know, I mean, even if you push down, which honestly, you're not supposed to do that when you're shaving. Even if you push down, I feel like you don't get a very close shave. The other thing is too, that this just makes the whole thing much, much bulkier. So, you know, once these wear down a little bit, that's fine for legs. But if you're doing somewhere like your underarms that are, you know, it's just like a smaller area, I just feel like this is way too bulky and you can't get a good shave at all. I mean, it smells nice, but yeah, I have like a few more of these and I will never repurchase these again. I got the bulk pack from Sam's Club and I have hated every single one of them. It was the first time I had ever gotten them, so I really shouldn't have gotten a bulk pack, but yeah, I am just not a fan of these at all. I much prefer just the regular Venus Gillette without the Comfort Glide strips. So if you are someone who, you know, shaves on a regular basis, that to me, that's a no-go. That's a avoid. Next up, we have the St. Ives Fresh Skin Scrub, and this is the apricot. This is something I have used since middle school, and honestly, it is one of my absolute favorite facial exfoliants. Now, when you use this, because they do consider this a deep, what does this say? A deep that's that's a different language. So this is a deep exfoliation is what they consider it. I wouldn't use this every single day. And I think, you know, when you use this, use common sense and you don't want to be pushing super hard on your skin. You just want to moisten your skin, put a small amount of this on your hands and just gently, you know, circular motions over your skin. But this is, honestly, it's one of my favorites. Like I said, I have used this forever. I've never had a problem. Listen to your skin. You know, if you use this a couple days in a row and your skin starts to feel a little like wind burned or something, you pull back, you know, don't keep using it. And always make sure that after you exfoliate that you are moisturizing also, because you will lose some moisture when you exfoliate. So, but yeah, if you use this responsibly, it is very, very good. Next up, we have this Earth to Skin Honey Royal Jelly Eye Cream. Now this, I actually really like this. It's the royal jelly. So let me show you guys the consistency. That's what it looks like. It is the royal jelly. So it is nice and moisturizing and it's like a thicker, like you can kind of see, I don't know if you might be able to tell, but you can kind of see it. It's a little bit of a thicker eye cream. It's definitely not one of those like ones that just melts into your skin immediately. But anyway, I appreciate that because like I said, I do have drier skin. Now, to me, that's really the only thing that you're going to get from this, but usually that's what I'm looking for. This is not an anti-aging one. This is, you know, it has no retinol in it or anything like that. So it's not going to get rid of wrinkles or fine lines or anything like that. It's really strictly just going to add moisture. Again, I don't notice when I'm using this that like dark circles disappear or anything like that. It's just strictly moisture. But if you are looking for something that is just giving you moisture, this is definitely a really, really good one. Next up, this is the Mario Badescu Skin Care, and this is the Super Collagen Mask. Now, I've only used this once. This is the smaller size, and this is what it looks like. I think, first off, I actually really, really like the fragrance of this. It's like a very spa-ish, almost like oatmeal type of a scent. like that fresh green scent with like that coziness of oatmeal. So it has actually a really, really nice scent, and it's actually a very, very thin mask. So when you put it on, it's easiest to do with a brush, and you do not need to put a heavy layer on. And then it just dries like a normal, like a clay mask. And once it's dry and everything, you rinse it off, you know, and use like a washcloth to get any residue. What is nice about this one, let's see if I can actually see the ingredients. And I can't, but if I'm not mistaken, oh no, there is. Okay. Yeah, so it's got the collagen, which is really good for plumping dry skin. And then, but it also has the clay in there, so that's going to kind of suck out impurities. But then it also has oat extract, which like we talked about with the Aveeno lotion. So the oat is very good for redness and it's very soothing. So if you are someone who has dry skin or sensitive skin, but you still kind of want like a clay mask to pull some gunk out every once in a while, this would be a really, really good one because it's going to pull the gunk out, but also soothe and not over dry. Now something like this, I probably like a clay mask. I generally would only use once a week because I do have the dry skin and I generally don't have too many impurities or anything like that. But, yeah, so far I am really, really liking this mask. Like I said, I only used it the once, but my skin felt amazing afterwards and it looked really, really good. So that was a good one. This next one, this is the Trader Joe's Rosewater Facial Toner, Hydrate and Refresh. I love this stuff, you guys. We just recently got a Trader Joe's not too far from me, and I have not been there yet. This was actually sent to me by a friend. But the more, like, she has actually sent me quite a few products from Trader Joe's, and I have liked 95% of them, probably more than that, but like 98% of them. So I really, really need to make a trip to Trader Joe's and just like go to their skincare and body care aisle and just load up my cart because I have a feeling I'm going to like most of the products. But this one is really, really good. It smells amazing. It's definitely like heavy on the rose. So if you're not a fan of rose, you may not like this. I happen to be somebody who loves rose, but it's very soothing. It's just, it smells so nice. Like you put it on and it just helps again with like any redness or anything. The mister on this is also really good. It's not like, it doesn't like out on you. Like it's a nice fine mist. So I absolutely love this stuff. And as you can see, it's almost gone, which is so sad. Next up, I have, this is the Ordinary 100% Organic Cold Pressed Moroccan Argan Oil. So I like this. And it's funny because I knew I had used this before, like a couple years ago, but I couldn't remember how I felt about it. So I decided to buy it again. And after using it a couple times, now I remember. I really, really like the Moroccan Argan Oil. It does amazing things for my skin. However, I don't know if it's this brand. It's got to be this brand because I've used other brands of the Moroccan Argan Oil and it wasn't the same. But the smell of this, it smells like the dropper. Do you know that smell of like plastic? Like, I don't know if you know, you know, maybe, I don't know, like, you know, the smell of like a plastic eyedropper when sometimes whatever product you have in the bottle has been sitting there for too long or something, it picks up that scent of like rubber or something. I don't know. That's what this is. And this is the second bottle that has done that. So it's not like because now I remember the first bottle that I had, I really liked it. It did great things for my skin. But I wasn't a huge fan of it because of that fragrance. And I think back then in my head, I was thinking, well, maybe I just got a bottle that had been sitting there for too long or something. But no, it's the same exact thing with this bottle. So I don't know. I will finish this bottle up because it is really good. It works really, really well. But I think what I'm going to do is either order some argan oil from Amazon or maybe when I go to Trader Joe's, pick up a bottle and see if it has that same fragrance, because I don't think argan oil smells like that. But for some reason, both bottles of the ordinary one that I've gotten now have smelled like that. So very, very strange. But the formula itself, the oil, is amazing. Okay, we are down to 3 more things, and I have 2 fails and a good one. So let's start with the good one. This is the chapstick, and this is the Sugar Cookie flavor. And the chapstick brand in general, like these kind of like the original ones that are like, you know, under $2 a piece. I like these. I have a ton of these in different flavors, and I really like these. I will say that if I have really dry lips, these are not going to repair. They're not going to do any major work. So it's one of those things that's more of like a preventative and like an upkeep type of a product, you know, just to kind of protect your lips, but it's not going to do any major healing on your lips. But the Sugar Cookie one is amazing. It's one of my absolute favorites. And then there's also this one, the Chapstick Holiday Cocoa. Now this one, obviously the formula is the same as the Sugar Cookie ones, which is good. But this is Holiday Cocoa, and it's like a chocolate mint type of a flavor and fragrance. And there is something like very off about this. It smells very sour. Like almost, have you ever been around like cheap chocolate? Like it's almost like a bitter sour. That's what this is. It smells like a bitter sour chocolate with some mint in there. So this was a absolute no-go for me. So even though there's still like a ton of it in this tube, I will be decluttering that. It is disgusting. And then the last thing that I have, this I was actually super disappointed with. It's the Sephora Lip Sleeping Mask, and this is the one that's in gingerbread and vanilla. I had such high hopes for this because since it's the lip sleeping mask, I was thinking it would be like the Laneige one, and it just is not. There's no comparison at all. This was, well, let me squirt some out so you guys can see. It's on, like, I don't know if you can see that. It's like on the thinner side. It's not quite an oil, but it's definitely not as thick as like the Laneige that's, you know, like a cream. And then like I put it on my lips thinking, well, you know, maybe I can just use it like as a gloss. But this is one of those ones, it just does not stay on your lips. I know a lot of people complain about lip glosses that are like sticky, they call it. But to me, a lot of times the lip glosses that are like thicker and sticky, those are the ones that are going to last. Those are the ones that you can put on and 3 hours later, they're still there. And that doesn't bother me. I would actually rather have that than like a lip oil or like a lip gloss that you put on and 10 minutes later it's gone because it just had no staying power. Well, that's what this was like. It was like one of those like oils or glosses that just vanishes. So there's no way this would have stayed on my lips all night. When I put it on, by the time I woke up the next morning, my lips felt dry. Like it wasn't even like they didn't feel like I put moisturizer. Like they almost felt worse. Like they were dry. Whereas like the Laneige one, when I put that on at night and then I wake up in the morning, you can still feel it on your lips. Like it feels like there's still something there. So this was a complete disappointment. So obviously this is going to be kind of like, I would call it like a D-stash. I'm not going to actually get rid of it because what I think I'm going to do is use this as like a cuticle oil. So I have this one, which is the gingerbread, and then I also have this in the vanilla, which I haven't opened yet. I'm assuming the formula is going to be the same. The only difference is going to be the fragrance. So that one most likely I will also just use as like a cuticle oil. But yeah, don't waste your money because honestly, this was not a lip sleeping mask. There's no way this would last you through the night. It's just, yeah, it's just a complete, utter waste of money. So if you're looking for an inexpensive lip mask or like overnight, get you some Carmex. Don't waste your money on this. That's it, you guys. That's everything that I had to talk about today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments down below if you've tried any of these products and if you liked them or if they worked for you. And I will see you guys next time.